imagine the abuse he endured. And while the abuse was going on, you're just thinking of ways to escape. And he made it clear to you that he's going to kill you.
Yes.
So somehow there was a knife somewhere where you found, and he didn't realize you were able to have it, and eventually you stabbed him in his leg, and it hit a major artery. And I guess he didn't know that he was bleeding that bad, because after you stabbed him, he really didn't react in any way.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, you stabbed me.
Yeah, why did you stab me? Yeah, which was crazy.
Why'd you stab me? Like,
and
what?
then eventually, because of the blood loss, he pretty much lost consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's how you were able to escape the situation.
Pushed him off me. I felt his body go limp, and I was like, there we go.
Yeah. And
I can do this now.
And there was a laundry list of injuries that you sustained, and you went to the hospital, and even before the ambulance came for you, you were concerned for him.
Yeah.
You told the paramedics, go to this house because this guy's bleeding. I stabbed him, ready to take.
Yeah, I tried to get him an ambulance.
Yeah, you're remorseful and you're very transparent with the paramedics and the homicide detectives and the police. But they still charged you, which was crazy, with second-degree murder.
Yeah, in the condition that I was in.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've said it in our last interview. My Empress, she works with abused women and children, and I hear the stories. And sometimes women are scared to go to the cops. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they might not be believed or taken seriously. Mm-hmm. And so, like, this is a perfect example. Like, after what you've gone through with the medical records showing all the injuries, they still charge you with second.
They still charge me.
So you were incarcerated for like a month. Eventually, you got bail. Yeah. And then eventually 7 months after the incident, I believe in April, this incident happened in November. In April, finally, a preliminary hearings, they dropped the charge, which shouldn't have even went that far. But we got, that's how, and then when you were in the news, and I was like, that's why I found out about you. I was like, man, I need to sit down with you.
Crazy.
You know? So it's been 3 years since.
3 years since our interview.
Yeah.
4 years since the incident.
Yes.
We did the interview on the exact 1 year mark, actually.
Yes. So how you been?
I've been good, man.
So how's the road to healing and recovery from this traumatic situation been for you?
You know what? So I look back at it now, because we did that interview a year later, and I felt all right then, right? I didn't feel like I had any PTSD. I wasn't like shaking in my bed or anything. But now that I look back at it, 4 years later, 1 year was actually like way too soon for me too. Like I look back and it's like, no, like I was still dealing with it.
You're still fresh.
It was still fresh. Even though it might not seem like it when you're talking to me, I look back now and I think about the mindset that I was in. And yeah, it was still fresh. I was still dealing with it.
Well, I think 10 years from now, you'll have a different perspective.
I'll probably look back at this mark and be like,
no, because you're evolving. You're evolving. Every day you're evolving. You're learning more about yourself. You're open book. We're all an open book.
Yeah.
So, you got to know yourself. You got to, get to know yourself. And going through something like this, you really get to know yourself and know what you're capable of.
For sure.
What you're made of. So, looking back, how do you feel about the person you were 3 years ago compared to who you are today?
Oh, man. 3 years ago, I was a very strong person. I can't lie. I'm very proud of myself for who I was 3 years ago. And compared to me now, I have not changed one bit. Like, this whole situation, it never took away any part of me. I am still the person that I always was, but I've only grown now, right? Like, it hasn't made me change my judgment on people, the way that I treat people, right?
It hasn't tainted you.
No, it hasn't tainted me. He didn't take anything away from me.
Amazing. That's amazing. Because there's a lot of women who go through similar situations and it changes their life forever.
Yeah, they're like jaded,
Yeah, they're like scared to go out, can't be in a relationship, you know what I mean? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
What were some of the most powerful lessons you've learned from your experience with the abuse and the legal system?
Ooh, with the legal system, a lesson that I've learned from the legal system, it's a tricky one, man. let me talk about the abuse first while I think over the legal system one. So with the abuse, that did teach me a lot, unfortunately, I guess, you know. I'm the type of person that learns lessons the hard way. Always have been like that. So if that's the extent that I had to get to for me to learn a lesson.
That was extreme.
I'll take it. It is what it is, okay? Clearly I can handle it.
But you guys don't have to go through what she went through.
No.
Learn from her.
Learn from my mistakes. What did it teach me? It taught me my self-worth. After going through that rock bottom, I realized what I'm really worth. And nobody deserves to feel like that. It also taught me a lot of how to recognize the signs. You know, so now I'm able to go through navigate
the red flags.
Yeah, I can navigate through the world and not give people benefit of the doubt when something is reminding me of this person, because it's
your
happened.
Instincts. Because I remember from the interview, your instincts were kind of going off. Even going to that house, your instincts were going off, but you went against it.
I wasn't listening. Yeah, so now I listen to my instincts.
I
very rarely
I had to
wrong.
learn the hard way too with my instincts. I don't know why we feel like we know better, because a lot of people don't understand that. Yes, you see the voice in our head.
Yeah.
We hear it, and it's our voice, because the voice in your head is not my voice. It's your voice. It's your own voice that you hear. But a lot of people don't understand. It's like it's really connected to source, to whether God, Allah, universe, whatever you want to call it. That's the voice of that source talking to you, guiding you. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we kind of ignore it, thinking that, oh, it's just you talking to yourself.
Yeah.
But it's actually you being connected to source, you know? So a lot of times when we're thinking, the process should be listening. We should be listening, knowing that it's coming from source. You know what I mean? Listen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
I love that. That's a beautiful way of putting it.
Yeah, no, seriously. It's we got to listen. We got to listen to source. We got to listen to that in a voice, because it really will lead you wrong.
At the end of the day, we're primal beings. You know what I mean? We have that instinct. We live in a society where it's kind of like we're a little bit disconnected from it because we don't have to rely on that in such a comfortable world, right? But at the very end of the day, you do have that feeling in your gut, that feeling in your soul, that voice in the back of your head saying, hey, something's going on. And that's you getting connected again to that primal, self-preservation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So, what do you think about the legal system as far as your experience with the legal system? What did that teach you? With it?
Don't talk to them. I don't know. That's still where I'm at with it. I'm still angry. I'll be honest, I'm still angry at the system for it. I don't think I ever won't be. Right?
I understand. I think most people that's been in your position or just had experience with the legal system could understand where you're coming from, just being disappointed and being
very disappointed. This is the biggest thing for me though. It's like, okay, I understand the legal system on paper, right? So yes, I was arrested, charged with murder too, right? But it was dropped, like the extent of the injuries that I had, that is what it really takes. That bad is what it really takes for it to be dropped for self-defense. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, what I heard, there's my appeal lawyer was a guy named Tim Breen. And basically, he was telling me, because I had a friend who was going to court and his case was kind of teetering on self-defense.
Yeah.
And he was saying basically like self-defense is going to be a thing that they don't really want people to stand up for themselves. I don't know what it is, yo. It's like they want you to always defer. The days of the macho man or whatever, where you're like, where you want to take matters into your own hand, they don't want you taking matters into your own hands anymore. They really want you to defer. They want you to be docile.
Submissive,
yeah.
docile,
yeah. Just be like, okay, I can't do nothing. I'm just going to have to rely on...
Yeah.
That's not the case. That's within the Constitution, you have a right to defend yourself. Like it says that, you know?
Absolutely.
So like...
In the States too, if somebody breaks into your home with a weapon and you defend your home, you're not being charged.
Yeah, well, it depends on the state. Yeah, but yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But here...
Stand your ground.
We had another case, did you hear about it? Here, was it in Etobicoke, maybe somewhere Peel region, I think, or Brampton, where the guy home got broken into in the middle of the night with guys with guns. So he was a legal gun owner, and he shot one of the guys.
Oh, yes, and he got charged.
And he got charged.
He eventually got dropped, yeah.
Eventually got dropped, but still,
like,
these guys come into your home with guns. They break into your home, trespass into your space while you're sleeping with guns, and you get charged?
It's almost like they don't really, they know it's self-defense, but they don't want to promote it. They don't want to promote that idea that you could stand up for yourself. So they'll just put you through the gauntlet just enough that you doubt yourself next time. You know what I mean? Because God forbid if you find yourself in a position, or somebody else might find themselves in a position like that, they might be hesitant to defend themselves because they're like, oh man, if I do something, I'm gonna get charged. You know what I mean?
You're scared.
Yeah. So it's a catch-22. Oh. Anyways, was there a turning point in your healing journey where you felt like you started to reclaim your life?